You know what I was thinking about today?
What's that?
I was thinking, we've been doing a lot of reading every night before bed.
Yeah, it helps before you go to sleep.
Yeah, I think I really slept really good the past couple nights. But you know what's more important?
What?
When I wake up, my brain is like overflowing with smartness for at least a little bit.
What's wrong with you the night before?
I know. I'm just like, whoa, who knew that reading could teach you stuff? That's like so impressive. Mind is just growing, you know? And remember like last year when we had to go to the bookstore and I was just like, oh no, there's lots of words in here. And then we had to buy that book for Jacob. And I was kind of not sure if I wanted to buy that book, but it was on the like required reading list. And it was like, How to Kill a Bird. And I was like, why are they teaching you these things in school?
You mean To Kill a Mockingbird?
Yeah! That sounds like the right book.
That's an all-time classic right there.
But why are they teaching people to kill a bird?
That's not really what the book's about.
I don't know. I'll have to ask one of them. And then remember, I was like, what the heck? Proud and racist. What is that about?
No, not Proud and Racist. It was Pride and Prejudice.
Ain't that the same thing?
Not exactly.
Well,
Proud and Racist is not what the story's about. Proud and Racist are people who hate other people.
yeah, I don't really want them to be reading that kind of stuff. I
That's
don't think your mind's going to get very smart if you read about bad things like that. I don't think that's very smart.
That's not what Pride and Prejudice is about.
There should be like, what's the word? When you're not proud, you're like, what's the opposite of proud? Unproud.
Disappointed.
Something, I think maybe disappointed. And ignorant is what a proud and racist should be, right?
People who are proud and racist are people, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I don't want to read those kind of books because I only want to read good books.
Pride and Prejudice is a good book.
Well, I'll take your word for it because I don't know if you remember, but that sucker was big and it didn't have any pictures in there, so it doesn't look very interesting if you ask me.
Well, you don't need pictures to have an interesting book. I mean, I read books without pictures, and they're very interesting novels and stories.
Babe, like your eyes have to look at a lot of words. You know why? You know why you don't like the pictures sometimes?
Why I don't like the pictures?
Or why you think the pictures don't necessarily have to be in there?
There's a reason there's no pictures in there, because when there's so many words, your imagination starts to run, and you can picture this all in your own mind. You can picture what's happening, you can picture the places where they say they are, you can picture the sceneries where they say they are.
So like you have your own movie theater up in here?
Kind of, when you're reading a thick book, yeah.
Do you have to close your eyes? Because that would make it very hard to read. Like you'd be like, I'm peeking, I can't peek with the other eye. And then you would lose your spot. You know how many times I'll lose my spot? I have to keep putting my finger because if I sneeze, if I take a drink, if I move my eyes to look at that picture, then I forget where I am and I have to start all over with that page. Sometimes it can be very long.
It's okay.
But you know what? I'm learning a lot. What kind of things is your book about?
Well, I'm reading a book. It's about all different stuff. My book it's 101 short stories.
101? That don't look very short to me. That looks like 101 long stories. And you're right, babe. There's no pictures in here.
No.
That's a lot. Oh my God, look at how little those words are.
How little they are? That's
Yes.
the normal.
They're those are very squishy words. And they look kind of long.
Well, this, like I said, it has 101 short stories, and they're all like horror tales.
You don't have nightmares?
No. See, they've got all good authors back here. Edgar Allan Poe. There's a bunch back here. And 101 different stories. I've read a few of them so far.
I haven't read 101 stories, but I try to read one story a night.
That's a good thing. One's
Yeah,
enough.
yeah. Like I read this one story is about this little kid who was walking around and he couldn't find his mom, and I was like almost in tears crying because it really made me sad. Watch, I'll show you. And there's another story that's like a dictionary. I was like so impressed because I was like, I'm reading a dictionary.
Read a dictionary.
Yeah, yeah. And it was cool. I was like, this is so awesome to read a dictionary. Have you ever read a dictionary?
Not from cover to cover, but I've read dictionaries.
I've read that book twice.
You read a dictionary twice.
Yeah.
So
Look, see, that's the one where he was looking for his mom, and he was asking everybody, "Are you my mother?" And they were like, "No." And then he asked another buddy, "Are you my mother?" And they're like, "No." And then he was so sad, and I was like, oh, poor little guy. I hope you find your mother. And guess what? It had a happy ending. So it was all good because, like, I need my pillows. Because he was very happy. Because, see, look at him. His little sad face. He was not happy. And then at the end, it's so happy at the end because he's like, yay! Look, see, him and his mommy, they're smiling. See, you can borrow that if you want.
This
And
is
look,
a dictionary.
no, that's not the dictionary. That's what I was telling you. This is the dictionary. See, ABCs. It's got all kinds of words from the dictionary. See, there's the whole alphabet right there. It tells you all of them, and it tells you Q, and it has words. Queen, and Quincy, and here's S, and Sammy, and T, and all of them, like all of them. It's really cool. So that's my dictionary one. And then this talks about what you do in a people house. And you know how I crochet a lot? And sometimes, like, I got my ideas because it has the buttons and threads, and I got my sewer. And then over here, there's more strings in the back. And I was like, you know what? I want to play with that kind of string. And so I got that. And look, remember how I was showing you the mirror to do the makeup? And that's the mirror. So that's a good one. And this one was all about interior design. Because look, there's the clock and the cabinets, and it shows you the different ways to organize your shelves. And that was pretty. Look at the flowers, and that's like a neat pattern to make a blanket or a wall hanging. See, that's a pretty plow, and it's called a bucket in my pocket, and it rhymes. And I thought it was so cute because that's fun. And then there's all these other ones. All these. Look, this one. I think this one's a classic.
How many of these do you have?
I don't know. Oh my gosh, babe. Remember how sometimes you say that not everybody wants to eat what you cook?
Yeah.
Well, I think you can relate to this one. Because this guy is a cook. And he's making food. And the guy's like, I will not eat your food, I will not. And there's like, but why? Why won't you eat my food? And he says, I do not like your food, you nude. And I was like, oh, that's just so rude. You get that? That rhymes. And then he was just so sad. And then at the end, because I don't, yeah.
These are Dr. Seuss books.
See how smart I am? Doctor.
No, that's...
Yeah, look.
No,
Look. Babe, this is my medical book.
Your medical book?
Yes, because the foot book. It's a medical journal about feet. It's my doctor book by Dr. Seuss. Doctor. That's why I'm so smart.
Where did you get these?
From your closet.
I told you to go pick a book, this is what you got.
Babe, you said pick a book, and look at how happy I am. I picked all of these books because I want to be smart like you. You see, you've got 101 of those, and that's just. Oh, but look, babe. Actually, look at how smart I am. Look, mine is actually bigger than yours.
That it is. You remember when the kids were in school?
Uh-huh.
When they first started school?
That was a long time ago, but yeah, they were so cute. Aww.
Those are the books that they learned to read with.
And they're smart now.
Mm-hmm.
They read Proud and Racist. Yay!
It's not Proud and Racist.
What did you say it was again?
Pride
and Prejudice. And you said that's not about racism. It's not. Okay, so it's a good book.
Those are children's books.
I'm not a children.
No, you're not.
So I have to read a book like this?
You don't have to read the books like that, but you should be well past reading those books.
But babe, there was a dictionary and a doctor book and a chef book and a whodunit. Whodunit? Are you my mother? Oh my gosh!
I think it's time for your medications.
Yeah, it's kind of late and I am kind of tired. Will you read me my favorite book? I don't want one of yours because you said there's the scary ones and I might have bad dreams.
Yeah, these are horror stories.
I don't want to read a horror story.
You don't want me to read you anything out of here?
No,
See,
look at his face is scaring me.
They're supposed to be like
No, I don't want to
demons
know.
and stuff.
I don't want to know about a demon and stuff. I just want my happy books. These are my happy books. Look at that, Mom. She's so happy.
Which one's your favorite?
I have a couple of favorite ones. I like the mother one. I like the cook one. I like the cat one. And you know what's funny about the cat one?
What's that?
These kids. The babysitter is a bad babysitter. And she gets them in all kinds of troubles. And then was going to leave them to get in trouble with the mom and dad when they came home. But then, luckily, they was able to clean up the mess. So, it was a good ending. So, those are my favorite ones because they're all good endings. Uh-oh, what happened to you? Did your neck fall off?
No, it didn't. It's still here.
So you're gonna meet? I think I want that one tonight, and I think I'll put these ones away for later. So if you can read me a story, that would be wonderful. I would really thank you for that.
Sure, babe.
Can you rub my head while you read?
Sure. Are you my mother?
I'm not your mother. So, honey, remember when we were in school and we used to torture rats and cats and dogs and birds?
Can't do it.
You ever poked and put a little mouse's eye out?